Watching the Newstrack, I'm Rahul Kanwal. On the show, we are keeping our eyes squarely focused on the most important assembly election this year, the big battle for Karnataka. Ever since India Today and Access My India put out the post-poll numbers, the one question that's being asked again and again, what can change and why? We've done a deep dissection of the India Today post-poll study. We'll put that out for you on the Newstrack.
Countdown to Karnataka counting day. What's giving the Congress the edge? The tight fights decoded.
Congress could end up between 122 to 140. No wonder Mallikarjun Kharge is dancing there in the corner.
Exit poll trends, no one's picking up. The big Karnataka deep dive. Big focus on Newstrack.
Remember, this is not just a pan-state study. It's not a pan-region study. It's a seat-by-seat study. And on this show, we'll put out the results of the seat-by-seat dissection of the India Today Access My India numbers. Pradeep Gupta, lead cephalogist at Access My India, joins me for this broadcast. Pradeep ji, welcome.
Thank you.
Here's a look at the headlines I'm tracking tonight. Pakistan Supreme Court declares Imran Khan's arrest illegal. Imran claims he was kidnapped and beaten with sticks. His supporters celebrate. Eknath Shinde stays Maharashtra Chief Minister after Supreme Court says it cannot reinstate Uddhav Thackeray. Uddhav calls the verdict a murder of democracy. Nitish Kumar meets Uddhav Thackeray and Sharad Pawar in a mission to unite the opposition. Naveen Patnaik, who met the Bihar CM yesterday, says there is no possibility of a third front. Sachin Pilot begins his 5-day Sangharsh Yatra against Ashok Gehlot. Will the Congress take action against Pilot's rebellion? Big fallout of DMK files audio leak in Tamil Nadu. Chief Minister Stalin drops Tyagarajan from the Finance Ministry. PTR is shunted to the IT Ministry. The India Today Access My India post-poll study is a seat-by-seat analysis of the 224 seats of Karnataka. And on this show, we will reveal what's happening in the big fight seats, what's happening on every single seat, how many seats can we comfortably call, and how many seats are at this moment in the balance. Seats where the margin of victory between the winner and the runner-up is less than 3%, seats where the outcome could potentially change on the 13th. So let's get started. I want to show you first and foremost the big picture. And the big picture is that out of the 224 seats in Karnataka, Access My India and India Today think that 167 seats are seats where the winner has a very clear edge over the runner-up. What this essentially means is that the chance of the numbers on these seats changing directionally is very limited. So 57 close fight seats where the gap between the winner and the runner-up is less than 3%. Seats where we will see some kind of a fierce contest on the 13th. But 167 seats are seats where it's quite clear that the winner has a substantial gap with the runner-up and thereby is comfortably placed at this moment. Let's now do a breakup of these 57 close fight seats and see where they're coming from. According to the analysis that I've been doing all through the day, 34 of these seats are seeing a contest between the BJP and the Congress. 34 seats where there's a fight between the BJP and the Congress over who will come number one. 8 seats are seats where the fight is between the Congress and the JDS. When I say fight, I mean the party that's in the poll coming out number one and the party that's coming out number two. So there are 8 seats where the Congress and the JDS are locked for 1 and 2. there are 6 seats where the JDS and the BJP are locked in the first and second position. 6 seats where the contest for 1 and 2 is between the JDS and the Bharatiya Janata Party. There are 7 seats which are witnessing a 3-way fight among the Congress, the BJP and the Janata Dal secular. 7 seats which could on counting day go in any direction. And there are 4 seats which have a strong independent candidate who's up against one of the major political configurations. So 4 seats with strong independent candidates. In a moment, I'll start playing out some of the seat-by-seat analysis for the VIP candidates, because people want to know, is Jagdish Shettar winning? Is Siddaramaiah in trouble in Varuna? Is Shiv Kumar well placed? What about Chief Minister Bommai? So we'll come to that in a moment. Pradeep Gupta of Access My India with us in the studio. Pradeep, your team was out in the field through the day today.
Yes.
Validating the numbers that were put out yesterday. Start by giving our viewers a sense of what your post-poll study done today broadly finds out. Are you finding any cause to change your numbers? Are you coming back reassured that what you said is actually correct?
In fact, what we found today is Congress vote percentage is increasing slightly and BJP's vote percentage is decreasing slightly. This is the first and foremost takeaways. And where these numbers are coming in or adding up to the Congress tally is the scheduled tribe, the Adivasi votes are increasing the way we have put up the numbers yesterday. Among the Adivasi votes, the Congress is getting more vote share now than the yesterday, and scheduled caste as well. So these are the 2 constituencies where Congress is gaining more momentum than yesterday.
Interesting. So there's no reason to change the direction that you've called. In fact, you're suggesting that the post-poll study not just validates but reinforces what you found so far.
Also, one very important constituency of female, because see, females are reluctant on a voting day or even before that. They are reluctant to talk first and to reveal whom they are likely to vote. But today, the post-poll study, they reveal in a good number, I would say. Okay. Earlier, they were called like silent voters.
I want to show our viewers what's happening on the VIP seats. And remember, it's only a very detailed post-poll study. 37,000 respondents across these 224 seats, which allow for us to be able to show what's happening on the big seats. I want to start with showing what's happening in Shigaon. This is where Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai is contesting. India Today and Access My India project that Basavaraj Bommai is likely to emerge as the most popular candidate on this seat of Shigaon. He seems comfortably placed. I want to come next to H.D. Kumaraswamy, fighting from Channapatna. He's the former Chief Minister, son of Devagowda, key leader of the Janata Dal secular. He is coming out strongly placed on his constituency of Channapatna and would have some reason to be certain that he's likely to win. Let's come to former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, Congress candidate.
I want to add one thing in the H.D. Kumaraswamy Channapatna seat. This time, the margin of victory is going to be reduced for sure for H.D. Kumaraswamy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Siddaramaiah, the former Karnataka Chief Minister of the Congress Party, contesting from Varuna. India Today and Access My India feel former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is comfortably placed on the seat and is likely to emerge the most popular candidate. Let's come to Kanakpura. This is the bastion of D.K. Shiv Kumar. India Today and Access My India project that D.K. Shiv Kumar is comfortably placed in Kanakpura and likely to emerge the most popular candidate. Let's now come to that vexed seat of Jagdish Shettar, Hubli Dharwad Central. He is the BJP rebel contesting on a Congress ticket. He is the one the BJP wants to slay. Access My India predicts that this is a tight fight. However, you think the BJP has an edge, which potentially means you think he could lose.
Yes, I mean, in our poll, it is showing that Jagdish Shettar is likely to lose this seat and he is not so popular as of BJP candidate.
Let's come to Lakshman Savadi from Athani. He's another BJP rebel contesting this time on a Congress ticket. Access My India predicts that Lakshman Savadi is likely to emerge as the most popular candidate in this crucial seat of Athani. Two battleground seats, lot of prestige at stake. Lakshman Savadi likely to win. From there, let's come to Nikhil Kumaraswamy's seat. Ramanagaram, he's the son of H.D. Kumaraswamy. Here, Pradeep Gupta and his team of pollsters say that this is a close fight, but they think that Nikhil Kumaraswamy has the edge in the constituency of Ramanagaram in Karnataka. Close fight with the JDS as the party which could emerge as the most popular party. H.D. Revanna, brother of H.D. Kumaraswamy, the other son of Devagowda, he on his seat is likely to win. He's likely to emerge as the most popular candidate on that seat. From there, let's come to the son of B.S. Yadurappa, Yatindra. He's fighting from Shikaripura. This is the seat of his father, B.S. Yadurappa. And our poll suggests that he is likely to emerge as the most popular candidate. I want to show you what is happening in Chittapur. This is the constituency of Priyank Kharge. Priyank is a former minister in the Congress government, son of Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge. The poll projects that this is a tight fight, but thinks that Priyank Kharge has the edge. Okay, allow me to welcome our guests who are joining us on this broadcast. Let me start by introducing Yogender Yadav, here very clearly in his capacity as a political analyst. Sandeep Shastri is back with us. Yashwant Deshmukh is with us. Sanjay Kumar is with us. So if you like a good political anda, this is the best place to be. Some really smart, sharp number crunchers on the show. I want to show our viewers where the Congress is winning, to give you perspective of where the Congress is picking up its leads from. So if you do a cross tab of where the Congress is picking up leads from, Congress is gaining 7% vote amongst the Vokaligas. Congress is gaining 4% from 20 to 24 amongst the Lingayats, which is not very big, but relative to where they stood last time, the Congress picking up 4% vote. The big wins for the Congress are coming amongst the Dalit community, the SC community, where they're picking up 14% more vote than last time. The big gains for the Congress coming from amongst the Muslim community, 10% up from the last time. Amongst the OBCs, 5% up from the last time. Amongst the Kurubas, 4% up from the last time. Amongst the tribals, 4% up from the last time. This Ahind coalition, which the Congress used to have Yogender Yadav in the past, tribals, OBCs, Dalits, Muslims, seem to be rallying, particularly the Dalits and the Muslims, up 14 and 10% from the last time. What are you making of these numbers and your overall sense of the post-poll analysis? Yogender Yadav.
Rahul, I should begin by thanking India Today for making these numbers public. I think this is extremely important for any transparent public opinion activity. And it's so informative. Usually, I used to wait for the Lokniti CSDS survey to come out for some of these details to reveal it. I'm very happy that my old colleagues Sandeep Shastri ji and Sanjay ji are here. But this is a supplementary to that, and I think it's very valuable that we are going ahead with this. Also, I would thank you for offering the comparative figures between last time and this time. Are they based on recall or are they based on your last survey? I'm not sure, but these are very important.
No, so the base figures are the post-poll adjusted figures, adjusted to actuals post-poll data from the last Karnataka post-poll study. That's what I've used as a base for this analysis.
That's yeah. That's very useful to know. I would, my own sense is that this election was more about class and gender than about caste. Caste got a lot of attention, lot of discussion, and all of us are attuned to discussing it. So I think in a sense what you have shown is that the famous Lingayat factor, which was discussed so much, this is like the Patel factor being discussed in Gujarat election. Finally, nothing comes out of it. They remain with the BJP. And similar in the case of Lingayats, the difference that you are showing is very small and within the margin of error of any survey. What really has happened to my mind is that the class differences, the class slope has been sharpened. If you do have data comparing the class picture this time, you gave the class picture of this time yesterday, and that was very instructive. If we have data comparing it with the past, that would be wonderful. But what we do see is a very sharp difference on the class lines. The gender line picture is also very, very sharp. The only one alert I would give to you and your viewers is, let's not get into too much of a constituency detail, because I'm sure Pradeep, you will also support what I'm saying, that the sample size at the constituency level is usually not enough. I mean, I would normally not say anything about a constituency unless I've done 800, 1,000, 1,200 interviews in one constituency, and it's very, very hard to do that in 224 constituencies. So while what you're saying normally goes with what we normally expect for all these VIPs, and yes, Jagdish Shettar is in a very tight contest, but I would just be very careful about...
I hear you. You're basically echoing Pradeep Gupta. If it were up to him, he wouldn't want us to put out the seat-by-seat numbers at all. But come on, that's where the action is, that's where the masala is, that's where all the big netas want to know whether they are winning or losing. That's what viewers want to know. And if it is indeed a post-poll study done on every seat, then we can give. We're not calling the winner. We're just telling you whether that seat is comfortably placed for the well-known VIP, or is he in a tough fight? Okay, I want to show you how the regional map of Karnataka is playing out and where the gains for the Congress seem to be coming out from. So if you look at Old Mysuru, for example, in the last assembly elections in Old Mysuru, the Congress had about 35% of the vote share. Access My India is predicting that that could go up to 40%. So that's a 5% change in the 64 seats of Old Mysuru. In Mumbai, Karnataka, which has 50 seats, the Congress's vote share goes up from 39 to 45. That's a 6% gain in Mumbai, Karnataka. In Hyderabad, Karnataka, also called Kalyan, Karnataka, the more impoverished part of the state, from 42 to 47, a 5% gain for the Congress in Hyderabad, Karnataka. In the 28 seats of Bengaluru, from 40% to 44, a 4% gain. But the biggest gain is coming from central Karnataka. And this is what the BJP is contesting most furiously, saying, "Aisa to ho hi nahi sakta, Pradeep Gupta is wrong." Because there, Pradeep Gupta's numbers suggest an 8% increase in favor of the Congress. It's a small region, 23 seats, but an 8% increase from 33 to 41. Coastal Karnataka stays at 40. So they've not moved the needle in coastal Karnataka. The biggest gain coming from central Karnataka, but gains coming from all across the state. I want to go across to Yashwant Deshmukh of Sea Voter. His numbers a bit different from the numbers put out by Pradeep Gupta. We'll have the post-poll, poll of polls out on the screen as well. Yashwant Deshmukh, you've studied your numbers at depth. We're taking you through the India Today Access My India numbers. What are you picking up which is different from what Pradeep and his team at Access My India have come back with?
Well, Rahul, I don't really think that we are very different in any way, just that the Pradeep is probably assessing the marginal seats more in favor of Congress, because his poll is getting a wider lead for the Congress, I think 8% if I'm not wrong. And our numbers are showing there is a significant lead, but not 8%. That's what our polls are getting. So obviously we are conservative in any case, always in our case for seat share. We are showing Congress as the single largest and maybe crossing majority. But we are also saying that there are roughly about 20 to 25 marginal seats where Congress, 23 to be precise, where Congress as per us is very, very close runner-up. And generally what happens is that when a party goes across a certain threshold, the marginals start going in at their favor.
I just want to tell our viewers something, and I know their polling styles quite closely. Yashwant Deshmukh likes to bat like Rahul Dravid, straight, whereas Pradeep Gupta likes to bat like Surya Kumar Yadav. He's hitting a big one. He's gone for the big one, and let's see if it goes across the boundary or not. But now let's come to the second part of what I'm showing, which is why is the BJP losing and where are the BJP's losses coming from. So I'll go again community by community amongst the Lingayat community, and I'm comparing this with the last assembly elections as the base. The BJP is at 64%, so there is actually no change amongst the Lingayat vote share of the BJP. So much was said about whether the BJP's Lingayat vote base will split. It hasn't split. Amongst the Dalits, though, they've lost 5% of the vote they had last time. Amongst the Muslims, they've lost 4%. They barely had any, but from 8, it's come down to 4. Amongst the Vocaligas, the BJP's gained 2% vote share. It's not a very big gain in vote share, but it's a gain nonetheless. 2% increase in the Vocaliga vote share. Amongst the tribals from the last time, the BJP has lost 1%. Amongst the Kurbas, they've lost 1%. Amongst the general category, they've gained 6%. Amongst the Christians, the BJP is down 2% from the last elections. I want to show you also a region-wise breakup of the BJP's performance. And this will give you a sense of how the BJP's vote share is moving across regions. Here, in Old Mysuru, the BJP has actually increased its vote share from 21 to 25. That's a gain of 4 for the Bharatiya Janata Party in the 64 seats of Old Mysuru. In Mumbai, Karnataka, the BJP's vote share is down 2% from 44 to 42. In Hyderabad, Karnataka, on those 40 seats, from 39 to 36, a loss of 3% votes. In Bengaluru, from 41 to 38, a loss of 3. In central Karnataka, on these 23 seats, a loss of 5% from 40 to 35. And in coastal Karnataka, on those 19 seats, the BJP stays at 50. It was 52 in the last elections, 50 this time, a loss of only 2. So actually, for all the effort that the BJP big guns made in Old Mysuru, they have managed to increase the BJP's vote share in Old Mysuru by 4%, which is a bump but not enough to topple the JDS. Would this be considered, Sandeep Shastri, as a tactical mistake? I mean, there are two ways of looking at it. One, that the BJP is playing the long game, that in a 10-15 year perspective, this is great strategy because you're basically sowing the seeds of this becoming a BJP versus Congress contest once Deve Gowda is no longer in the fray and the JDS is even further weakened. The other is, अरे इतना दूर का किसमें देखा, इस बार तो आपने अपने आप को हरा दिया, and this actually backfired. What would you say would be the right way of looking at this?
Rahul, I would divide the analysis of the BJP's vote share into two parts. Regions which they did well last time, Central Karnataka, Kittur Karnataka, which is also called Mumbai Karnataka. If you look at these two regions, their vote share has fallen quite significantly in both these regions. In Kalyan Karnataka, which last time saw a three-way fight, you not only have a decline of the BJP vote share, you have a decline of the Janata Dal vote share also, which has hugely benefited the Congress, and if the exit poll numbers were correct, there is a huge gain for the Congress there. Let me also add here that the voting turnout figures today show that the Kalyan Karnataka region or Hyderabad Karnataka region has seen the highest rise in voter turnout if you go region wise. So if you combine both these factors, the higher voter turnout, greater anti-incumbency, no three-way contest, a direct contest this time with the JDS being pushed to the margins. That's one type of contest you are looking at, and one type of fall of vote share of the BJP you're looking at. On the other hand, in the Old Mysore region, as you rightly said, the BJP's vote share has risen slightly. However, the JDS vote share as per our exit poll has gone down sharply, and the beneficiary of that has largely been the Congress. So though the BJP's vote share has risen in the Old Mysore region, the exit poll shows it is not translating itself into seats because of the collapse of the JDS and the advantage, therefore.
So let me spend a moment on the JDS, and I want to raise this question whether there is an existential threat to the JDS. I want to show you where the JDS is losing vote share amongst which communities. Now remember, 54% of the Vocaliga vote in the last assembly elections came to the Janata Dal Secular. Access My India is predicting that 8% of that vote would split away from the JDS. They're down 8% amongst the Vocaligas. They're down 2% amongst the tribals, 4% amongst the Dalits. Remember last time they had a tie-up with the BSP, and therefore their Dalit vote share was high. They've lost big time amongst the Vokaligas, 6% down amongst the general communities. Their Muslim vote share is the same as last time, 4% down amongst Dalits, 1% down amongst tribals, 1% down amongst OBCs. And if you go region by region, you will find that the JDS is on slippery ground everywhere. That's the reason for my headline. Is this an existential crisis? Is the JDS like the BSP, increasingly irrelevant to electoral outcomes? You have a rump, you have a vote share, it doesn't translate into too many seats. In Old Mysuru, which is their stronghold, the JDS is down 7% vote share, from 35 last elections to 28 this time. In Mumbai, Karnataka, they had only 7, they're at 8, that's only 1%, but at 8%, you don't win any seats. Hyderabad, Karnataka, from 12 to 13, up 1%, but again, too low in the threshold to convert into seats. Bengaluru, from 16 to 15, Bengaluru, they used to pick up some seats, but that's down 1%. In central Karnataka, from 21 to 17, down 4%. In coastal Karnataka, from 4 to 6, but that's, again, too small to actually make any material difference. Which brings me, Sanjay Kumar, to my question. Is there an existential threat to the Janata Dal Secular? Is this a party whose time is now increasingly ending?
Rahul, at the moment we are discussing the exit poll trends. If we look at the last 4 assembly elections, JDS has not done very badly. I am not saying that JDS has done extremely well. If you look at the vote share, their vote share ranges between say 16% to 20%. I am talking about the assembly election. And if we look at the seat share, it ranges between say 27, 28 seats to it goes up to say 40, 45 seats as well. If the kind of analysis which we are presenting on the India Today channel based on Access My India poll, if that is the case, that JDS is going down to say 10 or 12 seats, I think that JDS faces a difficult situation. I don't know whether it will go the BSP way or not, because this would be the first major setback for JDS. But yes, given the Lok Sabha elections are due next year, the comeback would be very, very difficult for JDS. But I think we need to just wait till the 13th of May to figure out whether JDS is really facing a rout in this assembly election.
Have you done some post-poll studies? Is that data complete? Can you give us a sense of what your numbers are throwing up, Sanjay Kumar?
No, we are doing a post-poll. The data is not complete. We started our survey today morning, and it will be completed only by tomorrow evening. So I am not in a situation at this moment to say anything, because we have completed only half of the post-poll survey.
Okay, I want to show our viewers what's happening amongst men and women, and how it's interesting that the Congress is actually gaining more amongst women. And for a long time, we haven't seen it happen, because women have been tending to favor the BJP in a contest between the Congress and the BJP. That isn't what we've seen this time round. Amongst men, the Congress's vote share in comparison with the last elections is up 3%. Amongst women, the Congress's vote share is up 5%. So 2% extra gain amongst women in comparison with men. For the BJP, they're down 2% both amongst men and women. 35 amongst men, 33 amongst women. Why do you think this is happening? If this post-poll study is right, the fact that 44% of the women in Karnataka said they voted for the Congress party would be one of the big reasons they're winning. The BJP says Pradeep is wrong because so many women are beneficiaries of all the centrally funded schemes. How can more women vote for the Congress than the BJP?
Okay, so when we ask whoever has voted in favor of Congress, and including females, why you are voting for the Congress, any particular region, of course, apart from the development, the two big thing was very dominant in that sense, which is 9% each. One is that because of inflation, we are voting in favor of Congress, 9%, which is the first. And second, they say the kind of promises made by Congress, and there is lots towards the female, 9%. So these are the two major things. Of course, they have been the beneficiaries of central government schemes, but they somehow realize now it's the time.
Yogendra Yadav, what do you make of these numbers, sir? The fact that 44% of the women, 5% more than last time, and the fact that the Congress seems to be doing better amongst women than it is amongst men. Yogendra Yadav ji, your sense of why the Congress is doing better amongst women than it is amongst men?
Yes, I think it's very important for two reasons. One is that with the rise of the BJP, in many states of the country, women voters have now started favoring the BJP more than the Congress. So, Congress recovering its traditional support among women, I think is very critical for the Congress. To my mind, the fact that there is, the Congress made 2 guarantees. Of the 5 guarantees that Congress had announced, 2 were specifically targeted at women. That may have also worked. I say so because 1 month ago, another study was carried out, which I believe was reported on your channel as well. This was done by a group called IDINA. It was a very massive survey of 40,000. And as Pradeep ji would have noticed, no doubt, the figures given by IDINA were strikingly similar to the figures given by Pradeep ji last night. IDINA had said 134 to 140 seats for the Congress. And 57 to 65 for the BJP. Their vote share figures were actually almost identical with the figures given by you yesterday. But there is one difference, and that's why I was mentioning all that. That they did not find a striking difference between women and men voter about a month ago. So otherwise the survey was very similar to yours, the findings. But in the women and men's vote, they found only 1% difference. But your survey yesterday showed that the Congress has only 5% advantage among men and 11% advantage among women. To my mind, the difference between these two otherwise very similar polls on this one question suggests that the 5 guarantees given by Congress and specifically targeting of women may have worked. In my own travel in Karnataka, I found that surprisingly most women knew about that particular guarantee of 2,000 rupees per month. About bus travel, because it was announced so late, most women did not know about it. But 2,000 rupees per month to to women head of household was known by women. It made a difference to them. So to my mind, it is extremely important, and that's why I'm saying this election perhaps was more about class and gender than it was about caste. Although we are so attuned to discussing caste all the time, it has become our first reflex.
Okay,
but
so now let's
overall,
start looking at socio-economic classes. I want to show what the projected vote share is amongst different income categories. So amongst different income categories, what's the projected vote share? If you look at the vote share amongst those who earn up to 10,000 rupees, the BJP's vote share is down from 37 to 33, down 3% from the last time. Not occupation, just pull out the family income-wise vote share. Those who earn between 10,000 to 20,000, the BJP's vote share is down 8% from the last time. Amongst those who earn between 20 to 30,000, BJP's vote share is the same. But the problem though is that you are 8% down amongst those who earn between 10 and 20, 4% down amongst those who earn up till 10,000. The Congress is 8% up amongst the poorest of the poor, which is the vast majority of the population. Yeah. Amongst those who are between 10 and 20,000, the Congress is up 9%. Amongst those who are between 20 and 30,000, the Congress is up 10%. Amongst those who are beyond 30,000, but that relatively is a very small part of the population, the Congress is up 14%. So that is interesting that the Congress seems to be gaining in all categories, the BJP losing particularly amongst the poor. Let's look at the age-wise breakup. Now here again, the Congress seems to have gained and all of this is of course dependent on the poll being right, otherwise there will be a lot of verbal gymnastics required on the 13th and the punditry would need to change as well, but this again is very illustrative. Amongst those who are between 18 and 25, The Congress is up 8% in vote share from the last time. Amongst those who are in the age group of 26 to 35, the Congress is up 6% from the last time, this time at 44. Amongst those who are between 36 and 50, the Congress is at 42, up 4% from the last time. Amongst those who are above 61, the Congress is up 37%. So the Congress's vote share is actually lowest amongst the senior citizens and highest amongst the younger people. The BJP's vote share, conversely, 40% amongst those who are above 60, 34% amongst those who are 36 to 50, 32% amongst those who are 26 to 35. But the BJP's big concern is that there is a 9% gap amongst the young voter. And you would think that the young voter is a BJP Bhakt or tends to like the BJP.
No,
this one seems to show that young voters are backing the Congress in Karnataka.
The major reason for is this: the 18 to 25 years of age is the most aspirational class, and they are very impatient kind of set of people. So this is, they change the side on a thick and fast. For them, loyalty is the old days things, that you can see very well in the senior citizen type of a class. There is hardly any change, 2% as against the 8% among the 18 to 25 years of age. So the aspirational class, the expectation and their needs are totally different than the other age groups, and particularly the higher age groups.
The question that will be asked Sanjay Kumar again and again is whether the results of the Karnataka Assembly elections will have any bearing on the Lok Sabha elections. The Congress will claim, if the poll is right, this is a game changer. They'll claim to be rejuvenated. The BJP will say Karnataka showed Modi is still popular. Look at the number of people who came to his rallies, and that an assembly election is completely divorced and delinked from a Lok Sabha election. Where do you come out on this, Sanjay Kumar?
Rahul, since we don't have any evidence to suggest whether people are likely to vote the way they are voting in the assembly elections, even for the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, so we have to rely on the past trend. And if I look at the past trend, we have enough evidences to suggest people have voted differently, whether it is Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Delhi and few other states. Even in Karnataka, if you look at the last 4 assembly elections and compare it with the Lok Sabha elections held in 2014 and 2019, and even going back to 2009 and 2004, we see a clear difference in voting patterns when it comes to Lok Sabha elections and when people have to choose their state government. So if I rely on the past data, then there is a clear evidence that if people have voted for party A in assembly election, there is no guarantee that people are going to vote the same way when the Lok Sabha election takes place next year in 2024. So at the moment, I don't think that the same trend is going to continue in the 2024 elections. But yes, if the Congress registers a big victory, this will help the party in, it will lift the morale of the party workers. The party will seem to be more united. That might help the Congress in several other states. I'm not saying that that's going to that's going to be a guarantee for Congress doing extremely well in 2024. It might have some impact, but I don't see any strong correlation between.
The BJP will say an assembly election is completely divorced from a Lok Sabha election. It will make no impact to the chances of Prime Minister Modi being re-elected next year. The opposition will think that maybe they've sensed a vulnerability, maybe anti-incumbency is catching up after 10 years and they have a better chance than they did in the last election. What do you think? Yogendra Yadav?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it was addressed to me. I agree with Sanjay ji that, of course, there is no guarantee, especially in Karnataka. Karnataka, there has been a very clear vote splitting. So, from the vote share in assembly election, there is no guarantee that it would immediately translate into Lok Sabha. He's absolutely right. There is no guarantee that it won't translate either. But to my mind, the real significance of Karnataka is not that it would affect the 28 seats of Karnataka. It is also not that Karnataka vote may directly affect even Telangana. I don't think such things happen in India anymore. The most important thing is about the overall morale, about the tone and tenor. If the BJP was to win this election, if the BJP were to win it on 13th, I'm sure all over the country this would be drummed up all over the country. I mean, I can't even say about how the TV anchors would behave, Rahul. I can already see you dancing that day if that were to happen. So the entire country, the mood would be made different. And, you know, on television channels, they would start discussing, oh, 2024 is a done deal, etc. What the BJP's defeat in Karnataka would do, that it would make 2024 an open game. Otherwise, it would have closed the doors. That is the real significance. Second, it would change the morale of opposition workers, opposition volunteers, opposition leaders. It would show that BJP can be defeated. I think it's an extremely important thing. And since this election was the first major election coming after Bharat Jodo Yatra, and towards the end it became Rahul versus Modi, and if Congress wins, then the message is, yes, Mr. Modi can be defeated. I would request one thing, Rahul, because I think last time when in Gujarat, BJP won, every channel had put Mr. Modi's face and Rahul Gandhi's face. Modi won, Rahul Gandhi lost. I'm sure then when you play these things on the 13th, should you not again put Mr. Modi and Rahul Gandhi's faces?
Okay,
Whoever wins.
Yogendra Yadav now talking more as a politician rather than as a data man, but that's fine. You made a pot shot. We were looking at the data,
truth,
and I
it is
want
very unpalatable, Rahul.
That's fine.
It's
That's totally
truth,
fine. I'm
which
just
is
going to
very
let it be.
unpalatable.
I'll stay.
But it is truth.
So I'll stay focused fully on the data. I want to show our viewers the voter turnout numbers. This is a power map of voter intensity. What this does is gives you a sense relative to the last elections where people came out to vote. Now it's interesting that in Hyderabad, Karnataka, Kalyan, Karnataka, on those 40 seats, and in Bengaluru, the voter turnout was actually the lowest, whereas in other parts of the state, the voter turnout was much higher. So voter turnout in central Karnataka, for example, voter turnout in coastal Karnataka, voter turnout in Hyderabad, in Bombay, Karnataka, much higher than the voter turnout in Bengaluru and much higher than the voter turnout in, and that raises the question, why would that be the case? Sandeep Shastri, do you want to weigh in on this? Why would it be that in Hyderabad, Karnataka, for example, voter turnout is so different from the voter turnout in Bombay, Karnataka, and the fact that last time the voter turnout was about 72.1, this time about 72.8, it's just 0.7% more than last time. Would you be reading any significance in the voter turnout, and that in several seats people are voting, I'm told, till past 10 at night?
Rahul, I would look at this data a little differently. You are correct in saying that in Hyderabad, Karnataka or Kalyan, Karnataka and Bengaluru, the voter turnout is less than the rest of the regions. But look at it differently. Compared to voter turnout in 2018 in these two regions and what has happened now, the reports say that in Kalyan, Karnataka, the voter turnout has actually increased compared to 2013. Compared to other regions, it may be less, but compared to the previous election, it has gone up. Again, data shows that in coastal Karnataka, voter turnout compared to last time has actually gone down. So, very marginal increase in the rest of the state, significant increase from last time in the Kalyan Karnataka region. And that's the point I was making earlier, Rahul. Kalyan Karnataka region is seeing a huge turnover if the exit poll numbers are correct. From a three-cornered contest in 2018, the exit polls are suggesting that it is a near sweep for the Congress in that region. And link this to the fact that voter turnout has increased in that region compared to last time, I think you are seeing the impact of an anti-incumbency vote against the state government in that region. Why has it actually declined in coastal Karnataka compared to last time? I think the saturation point for the BJP, which did well there, was last time, and therefore there was not much scope this time for that voter turnout to increase. So I will look at more closely Kalyan Karnataka region, which saw a voter turnout which was higher than last time. Though, as you very rightly said, Bengaluru and Kalyan Karnataka have a lower voter turnout than other regions.
You know, I just plotted the actual results of the 2018 assembly election with the post-poll results of Access My India's exit poll for India Today. I want to show that to you. This is what the map of Karnataka could look like. Remember, there is a 93% accuracy ratio, so 59 out of 63 polls being correct. So if that poll that's been put out is proven to be correct, this is what the new map of Karnataka could look like. So on one side of the screen, you've got the 2023 map. On the other side of the screen, you've got the map from the last time. Remember, last time in coastal Karnataka, the BJP swept. This time too, the BJP seems to be sweeping coastal Karnataka. The big change is in Bombay, Karnataka, where the BJP did well last time. This time, Bombay, Karnataka, largely blue. Hyderabad, Karnataka, again, very blue. Central Karnataka, which here in the 2018 map, you can see as being very densely saffron. This time looks quite blue. And the other big change is the green, which seems to have gone missing from coastal Karnataka. Lot of green here. Yeah. Most of the seats of the Janata Dal Secular came from coastal Karnataka. This time you've got blue. And if you're wondering,
Old Mysuru.
Old Mysuru. And if you're wondering why there's white on that map, that white is the 57 seats we're saying where the margin is 3% or less, and therefore we haven't plotted it in one of these colors. But basically, there's so much more blue except for coastal Karnataka than there was in the last elections. Yashwant Deshmukh, before I end, what is it that concerns you the most about your study? What are you most worried about as we wrap up this show tonight?
No, number one, I'm not worried at all. If I had done only one survey, I would have been worried, Rahul. I mean, for the last 1.5 years, 3 Mood of the Nation polls with India Today group, we have red flag Karnataka, Bihar and Maharashtra as the 3 states where NDA was not doing good. So, and in our continuous trackers, not even once in the last 18 months that the BJP numbers did cross the Congress in any way, and we have reported that duly in the ABP as well. I think most of the trend lines that Pradeep has reported, we also match almost on the education, on the income group, and almost all the socio-economic groups that we talked about. Yes, we also found that female groups are voting more for Congress than compared to men. We also found majority of the social group, barring that probably we found that, the swing for BJP among the Vokaliga was slightly even more, and also in the OBC, they are more or less retaining their ground. But Dalits is what is probably swinging is for the Congress. And for the females, Rahul, it's like they actually vote on the main real issues. They don't really vote on casteism and religious polarization, because when the females did the damage to Samajwadi Party and BSP and the Congress in Uttar Pradesh, please remember, it was not because of the bulldozer politics. It was largely because of the Labharti Yojana and the toilet, which resulted big time in drop of the sexual crimes against the female in Uttar Pradesh. So that is one thing.
Pradeep Gupta,
and
what are you most worried about?
Quickly, Rahul,
okay,
one thing.
10 seconds, 10 seconds.
One more thing, Rahul. Very quickly, that on the issue, if this thing, because we have that evidence in our data we asked yesterday, roughly about 40,000 plus samples in our study, whom they would have been voted for if the Lok Sabha elections would have happened yesterday. And there was a 10% reverse swing among the same respondent. 10% is a huge number. And that is why, what Yogendra ji is saying and what Sanjay Bhai is saying, it is pretty much suggesting in that line that Lok Sabha and Assembly, they are 2 different voting. The split vote phenomena has settled in. Okay. And by the way,
what are you most worried about? Is there something that worries you?
Only thing, the kind of seats we projected for BJP in the Bombay Karnataka and Hyderabad Karnataka, 5 seats can swing in both the regions. So at max BJP can gain, if at all. My numbers are, going off the mark in these 2 regions.
So you're saying 80 can become 90?
I'm saying 75 can become 85.
75.
Let's put it this way.
Okay, interesting. So we've covered a lot of ground. If you're a poll junkie, I hope you enjoyed the kind of insights these very sharp number crunchers were able to put out for you. Hope you enjoyed analysis as well. India Today covers the elections like absolutely no one does. We'll slip into a break. We'll have a lot more for you. One more day to go. So we'll look at the numbers, cut, slice, dice, cross-tab them for you to try and find more interesting insights from the India Today Access My India post-poll study. And Sanjay Kumar said something about the CSDS numbers. I'll see if I can get my hands on them, and then we'll try and see what those numbers. I'm just a data geek, right? I can look at all data, all polls, all night, all day long. So we'll do this again. I look forward to seeing you 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. Till then, from all of us here, goodbye, good night.
India's #1 reporters in the battlefield from India Today's double engine.
So you're saying that in Karnataka you cannot do Hindu-Muslim politics?
Are things getting better around here? Are they getting worse?
To Karnataka's finest reporting team.
What do you wish for the state of Karnataka?
Shettar also has an option.
Mallikarjun Kharge.
Reservation has been a hot